So yeah, no joke, this is not clickbait. I really almost ruined my SSL desk. In fact, not really sure how I didn't do that, but it's working. So hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to True Sound Studios. I'm Weezna, and so today I'm just gonna kind of recap what happened, what I did, and then also, consequently, because I had to take the entire thing apart, at the middle of this video, you guys, I'm just gonna go through and show you, what the inside of this thing looks like. So let me quickly go ahead and reenact what happened because, of course, I didn't get it on film. Okay, so I got my coffee. I'm not sitting, I'm just standing, I'm just listening to the mix, and I go to drink, and I feel this sneeze coming on. I don't know if you guys know, but I have pretty bad allergies, and I feel this sneeze coming on, and I had one of these little remotes out, except it was flipped upside down on here, and it was not as bright in here because right now I'm filming, so I have the filming lights on. So it was much darker, kind of like this. And so I'm feeling the sneeze as I'm drinking the coffee, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna sneeze. I need to put this down so I don't sneeze and spray it everywhere. When you start sneezing, you start like closing your eyes, and I put the coffee down, I put it on that remote, and the thing just fell over pretty much just like that and just poured an entire cup of coffee all over the mixer. So the second I spilled the coffee, I instantly hit the power button, shut it down, slid under the floor. In the whole coffee spill was probably this big at that point, pulled out the power, all the cables, like literally within a minute, grabbed my screw gun, took out the 4 screws, and then literally ran out to the garage where I took the entire thing apart, got out my air compressor, and I'm just trying to spray and just kind of blow away any of the coffee that's all over all of it. And, I'm just spraying it all off, got towels out. Now this happened at like, I don't know, maybe 3 o'clock on Friday, which was probably the only good thing about it. I probably spent an hour just cleaning everything up, trying to get it as dry as possible. I brought it into the house then, into the studio, turned on the heat in here, put a fan from the bottom and a fan from the top. I didn't put it back together yet. I just had all the pieces laying out, the circuit boards. I let it sit for the rest of Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday until Monday morning. I don't know how, but it doesn't seem to be any issues as of today. And it's Wednesday, so I've had this, running for 3 days straight now, and I haven't found any issues. So here is the metal chassis of the SSL X desk. Obviously, this is when I stripped everything out of there. It also made it very nice and easy to clean. Now, this is the fader pack. So these are all 8 faders. And then here is the bottom chassis / connections and the power supply for the entire SSL X desk. You can see it's really not too much to this thing. I actually thought there was more inside of this mixer, but there isn't. And then this is the main circuit board. I mean, essentially this is where all the processing, all the routing, everything happens. You can see all the pots in there, switches, LEDs, all the connections. I mean, that is truly the SSL X desk right there. So these are all the pot caps and the fader caps that I obviously had to clean because they're full of coffee. Now this is the reassembly process. You can see all the little metal standoffs. That's what the 8 fader pack and the entire, we'll call it the logic board or the processing board, all fits on there. Everything is just held on with screws to screw in the circuit boards into the back side. I think this is also a reason why I didn't destroy the entire desk, because most of the coffee just went to that where the 8 faders are, which I keep calling the fader pack, is because the coffee went right through the faders, essentially right to the bottom of the back chassis of it. And it just really never hit this main circuit board where really all of the processing is done. So this section is a little tricky to get in. You do have to slide it from the back. It barely fits in there. There's some like black vinyl that is on the back side of it. I messed that up just a little bit pulling this board through. You might see it in some of the other shots. And then all these ribbon cables kind of have to be orientated correctly so that they all fit in there, because you'll see in a little bit when you have to slide the two halves together, all those ribbon cables need to line up properly. And then there's this short little ribbon cable that connects the faders to the main circuit board. And then there's this like aluminum plate, in a way, is holding down all the ribbon cables to kind of keep them, you know, in a good spot when you have to slip both of the two halves of the chassis back together. And then there's just 3 screws that hold this all together. And you can see that's what it looks like from the front with none of the pot caps or fader caps on. So now the back side of the chassis and the front side slip together with this like just metal channel, we'll call it. And you can see here I'm fishing all of those ribbon cables out of there. There is 6 ribbon cables in total. There's 3 very thick ones. Unfortunately, they're all different sizes except for the 3 main large ones that connect to all the DB25 connectors. So, you know, you really don't have a chance of connecting the incorrect one. And obviously I was very careful just to make sure that the ribbon cables weren't going to get hung up when I slid both of these together fully. Probably the biggest thing with these ribbon cables is just making sure you put them in as straight as humanly possible, because you don't want to bend the pins. And then finally, all 6 ribbon cables are connected together, and you can see here I'm just literally, they both ends of the chassis, or both sides of the chassis, just slip together. And then there's like maybe 6 screws that mount the entire 2 pieces together. Put in these, I think it was 6 screws. So 4 on the very bottom and then 2 on this like top lip where most of the connections are. So as always, if you guys want to find me on Instagram, I post there pretty much every single day. It's also still a really amazing way to get a hold of me, share photos, videos, whatever questions you guys got. So anyways, thanks for watching this video. Protect your gear, and I'll see you guys in the next one.